For years, Mercedes was the dominant force in Formula 1, and it was down to the rest of the grid to close the gap. But for the last 2 seasons, the Silver Arrows have really seen a role reversal, being the ones who are chasing the dominant Red Bull. In their pursuit of getting back to the front of the grid, Mercedes have decided to ditch the progressive development of their current car and design something completely new. According to an interview with Toto Wolff this week, they are literally changing every component of the car, and Wolff believes that this is the only way for Mercedes to get back to the front of the grid. But he also admitted there is a big problem with this approach. He stated that they could get things wrong, which could lead to another winless season lost trying to understand the new car that they've built. Is this really as big of a risk as Toto Wolff is making out? Well, in essence, yes. Teams like Red Bull, Aston Martin and McLaren will be taking the data they've gathered from last season and the season before that and using it to tweak and fettle their cars, meaning that the 2024 machines will be a progression of this season's car. There will be some developments and of course there will be new components, but it will be building off of the platform of this current machine. In an interview with Matt Baker from Sky Sports, Christian Horner clarified that about 60% of the RB19 was a carryover from the RB18, and this shows how much of the data and how much of the current cars are being taken into the new season. By gambling and designing a completely new car, Mercedes are throwing out all of the data they've gathered over the last 2 seasons. Of course, they'll have the performance of the Red Bull to use as a measuring stick against their new design, but they won't know how the car will perform until it is on track next season. In reality then, this is a huge risk that could leave Mercedes being stuck again for another season being uncompetitive. But Toto Wolff believes that it's the only way to get back to winning ways. He also backs his drivers over the rest of the grid. He stated that in his opinion, Hamilton is still the best driver on the grid, and that if they can give him a competitive car, he will win his 8th title. Now, we all know that Hamilton is an immensely talented driver and will definitely be challenging at the front with a more competitive Mercedes. Both he and George Russell do deserve a better car than Mercedes are currently giving them. But Mercedes are willing to risk it all, to roll the dice, to try to give them a better car. Do you think the gamble is worth the risk? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.